Deputy Speaker, nearly triple, yeah. Well, I'm just wondering where to start in this debate with 5 minutes. And I wouldn't know why anybody should be surprised at the opening remarks of the Secretary of State for the DWP. He said that the Labour Party were the cynical party. Well, what a laugh that actually is. He said that this was just pandering to the paymasters of the trade unions. And that was said by a number of other members across the floor. He then went on to mention, Madam Deputy Speaker, that they've really had a good look at the department because they use taxis now. And some ministers use the tubes. Well, that's great. That'll be people in the constituencies will be absolutely delighted at the fact that they've made cuts in that way. Does the Secretary of State and the ministers not realise that the people we're discussing tonight can barely afford to use taxis? And some of the disabled people cannot use tubes as transport. The Secretary of State says it was a nonsense of a debate, that we on the opposite benches were scaremongering. You know, this could be described as arrogance and abundance from the Secretary of State. And only an out-of-touch, raving lunatic would dare suggest that everything in the Department of Work and Pensions is on track. It is in control. It's an utter chaos. No, Madam Deputy Speaker, I wouldn't suggest for 1 minute that the ministers nor the Secretary of State as a stark raving lunatic. Quite the opposite. These people know exactly what they are doing to disabled people, to vulnerable people and to poor people. These are some of the brightest people in Parliament, if not the brightest people in the country. They know the consequences of their actions in terms of cutbacks on the welfare state. They know exactly what's happening. Madam Deputy Speaker, I would dare to suggest that this is the unbridled brutality of the nasty party coming to the fore. And of course this, oh goodness grief, how can that gentleman suggest that? That's the reality of things. And that's how they are portrayed, certainly in constituencies up and down this country. This is an ideological attack on poor people. It's an ideological attack on people on benefits. It's been said before, and it's an absolute disgrace. We look at the universal credit. We look at the Works Capability Assessment Test, the PIP, the bedroom tax. How on earth can anybody even suggest that these have been a success? They're in absolute turmoil. All the analysts, all the experts are saying exactly the same. How can the PIP be successful if there's 700,000 people waiting to be assessed? 700,000! Yet the Minister and the Secretary of State get up and say there's nothing to worry about, this is fine. And I'm going to end by this, Madam Deputy Speaker, because I'll not accept what the member for Skipton and Ripon said about this party having a go at people in the DWP. The people who are working in the job centres up and down this country are working their socks off. There's people being laid idle because of mental stress, because of the backlogs, because of the hassle, because of the way in which they're working. They get support from this party, not that party. Madam Deputy Speaker, what I would say that in relation to the trade union paymasters, I'll say this, that the trade unions have done more for vulnerable, for poor people and for disabled people than the paymasters in the city have ever done and are likely to do. So I resent the fact that comments from members of the government, members of the opposite party, suggest that this issue is simply to placate the trade union movement. The trade union movement have done more than they'll ever do to support these people who haven't got a voice in Parliament.